Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So here today we have a pick a card reading to see what 2021 will bring. Say goodbye to 2020. I think a lot of people are really ready for 2021. So if you are familiar with my pick a card readings, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3, and you can scroll down to the timestamp that is either in the description box or the comment box to see what pile is being read at what time. Now, if you're not familiar with pick a card readings or you haven't been on my channel, how this works is you choose the pile that you are most drawn to. So again, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I've also placed crystals on top of the piles in case you're more drawn to the crystals. Now on pile number 1, we have clear quartz. Pile number 2, we have lapis lazuli. And pile number 3, we have onyx. I also recommend meditating on the piles for a few minutes or a few seconds to really get a good idea of what pile you are most drawn to. I do like to pick really quick. I like to use my intuition right away, but I find a lot of people, everybody's different. Some people really want to meditate on the pile, and I do recommend that. Also, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. Now, I do recommend too, if you are drawn to 2 piles, definitely read both piles, because there could be a message in there that you missed in the other pile that you chose. Definitely, if you're drawn to 2 piles, definitely go through both piles. All right, if we are ready, let's see what 2021 will bring. Okay, so welcome to pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, this is your 2021 prediction. So this year looks very different. There's going to be a lot of changes for you in 2021. Now, what I want to bring up first is the 10 of Swords. Now, the 10 of Swords represents a turning point in your life. I know that it's alarming because you can see that this gentleman is on the ground with swords in his back. So it could feel like it could be a feeling of betrayal, like you could feel a bit betrayed, but it's like a necessary turning point. It's a necessary turning point, like things were just not working for you and you decided, you know what, it's time to make some changes, and there were positive changes. So the 10 of Swords it's a positive change that is coming, but it could indicate that it's coming from a place of deep kind of like maybe hurt or pain or some kind of situation where you just no longer want to be in. Now the moon indicates kind of an illusion or like deception of some kind, like blind to the truth. So it could be a situation maybe that you've been in for quite a while. I do sense a breakup because we do have the Lovers reverse. So when the Lovers reverse comes up, it indicates like a bond that is possibly broken. Now, when I read reverse cards, it doesn't always indicate that it's negative, but it could also mean something that you're working on, or the opposite of what would be upright. Now, when the Lovers is upright, it's a card about like a special bond, 2 people coming together. And again, we're gender fluid, so it's we're not just talking about male, female here, even though there's a male, female on the card. It could be any genders together. Now, the moon, though, I feel like you've been blind to the truth about something. I feel like there could have been like an illusion of some kind, and you're using your intuition. So the moon is all about intuition as well. So really, really paying attention to the universe, the cycles of the earth and the moon. So this right here, and the moon, there's a scorpion coming out of the water. There's animals calling out. There's a wolf howling at the moon. So it indicates to really use your instincts, your animal instincts in this situation. So there's a turning point here. Something is ending and something is beginning new. So 2021, I think there's going to be a lot of transformations for you in this year. And it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a breakup, but it could be maybe a breakup of an old pattern. And if you're in a really amazing, successful relationship, it could just be meaning that you're going to break an old pattern of yours, and which is going to be really, really revolutionary for you in the relationship and for you and your partner. So it doesn't necessarily mean breakup, but I am getting like a breakup sense here, but it could just mean moving on from, past things that just weren't working for you. Okay, so I want to read here. I have a couple more cards that I pulled. Okay, so 3 of Rods. Yes, this indicates moving forward, looking out into the horizon and looking into new things, new situations. Rods indicate like creativity. So looking at maybe new ways of being creative within your relationship or moving on completely. So I feel like there is something that is going to open up for you, like an aha moment. And if this is related to work for you, if you're feeling like this is in a relation to work, you are probably possibly going to break ties with this job, or you're going to figure out something that's just not working for you that you feel like you need to maybe give attention to. So in your position, you could face something that's, someone at work that's just you're not jiving with, or even your boss. Having that open communication with them and understanding that it's not an illusion, you're not crazy, that this situation is real. Your intuition is trying to speak for you here, and you're trying to end something that is no longer working for you. And it could possibly mean cutting ties, quitting, something that is, there's a major transformation, and I think there's going to be a lot of transformations for you in 2021. So the Seven of Cups reversed. The Seven of Cups reversed can indicate flights of fancy, but that's when this card is in a upright position. But because it's reversed, there's willpower, determination to get where you want to be. And cups do signify like your emotions, your feelings. And you want to be in a better place. You want to have that determination. You want to have that willpower. So you're striving for that. You're working on that. And again, this is another transformation card. You're looking at things that are just not working for you. And maybe you're a bit of a dreamer and like, you wanted things and you need to narrow down. You need to, I guess we can call in the YouTube world, we call it niching down. But you can end some things that are just not working for you and put those boundaries up. I feel like there's a massive boundary message coming here. And the last card I want to draw here, so re-energize. I feel like 2020 may have been a really tough year for you, and you figured out a lot of firsts, a lot of things that weren't working, and you've had to end a lot of things. Or this 2021 is the year for that. And you need to re-energize. You need to go back to a feeling of who you once were, what you want, where you want to be, and the illusions that you're surrounded by. And maybe people are gaslighting you. You feel like you're being gaslit because you're like, am I crazy? Or is this what I truly want? Why can I not have the things that I want? And why do I care so much about what people think about them? Possibly. So I feel like there's just a situation where you need to re-energize, you need to step back, and you need to have these conversations with people and just let them know that, there may be some bonds that you have to break. It could be friendships too here that you've been wanting to maybe just separate yourself from. Ten of Swords, the Moon, deception, the Lovers, reverse, breakup, re-energize, take care of yourself, self-care, self-love. All right, pile number one, thank you so much for following along. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. All right, here we have pile number two to see what 2021 has in store for you, pile two. Okay, so right away what I'm getting from this is it looks like an amazing year for you. So Four of Swords upright, you have all upright cards, Ace of Cups upright, and the Sun upright. So the biggest thing that I'm getting from this here is that I feel like if you were planning on maybe even getting married or some kind of engagement, moving in with your partner, or maybe even like going to the next stage in your relationship, I don't see a breakup here. I'm feeling like it's a bond that is so strong that's just going to get stronger in 2021. And if you are not with anybody, say you're single, this is the year for you. This is the year for you to maybe find that true love. I do resonate with the Ace of Cups with true love. Some tarot card readers don't read it as true love, or it could be just a new beginning, a new way of being. But cups do usually signify your feelings and love. They're associated with that. And this one I like to read as like a soulmate card, finding your true love. And the Four of Swords I want to mention is all about rest and retreat. It's like 2020 was almost like a time for you to rest and retreat, look at what you want, slow down, look at your life and the things around you, and reevaluate everything. And that's exactly what you did. And that's going to bring you in alignment with who you really are. And the Sun is all about happiness. So finding that true happiness, that rhythm in life, dancing with the thought of love, dancing with the thought of feeling like everything is in alignment and not necessarily complete, because I don't think anybody should ever feel really complete, because there's always room to grow. There's always room to evolve. And I feel like Four of Swords is also representing maybe like a form of meditation that you found. A form of meditation, maybe a hobby, something that's really keeping you grounded. And I love this. This is an amazing, amazing time for you, pile number 2. So 2021, I think amazing things are going to happen. And this is, I love when readings come up like this, because it's not as hard to decipher. This one is very straightforward. You have a lot of amazing things coming for you in the year 2021. But let me get some clarifying cards, because there could be something in there, in these cards, that might be different, saying something different. Okay, so these cards are reversed. So we got the 8 of Rods reversed and the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So these cards have almost like a completely different meaning. So when this card is upright, it has a lot to do with like rushing ahead and moving too fast forward, but it can also indicate success in that, in taking the risk. When it's reversed, it's almost like you have wasted some time with something. And this here, I feel like 2020, maybe there was a lot of growing and a lot of learning that may have happened. And 2021 is all about kind of cleaning that up. Cleaning up maybe the messes that have been created because of some of the choices that you've made. But 8 of Pentacles too, and 8 of Pentacles, when this is upright, is all about like developing a skill, hard work. When it's reversed, it's almost like you can't focus on the skill at hand. Like you've created something. And this is where I feel like there's two things that we're talking about here. Your love life, the family life, the relationship coming together, you're meditating, you're able to figure that out. The work situation, I feel like you're still struggling with that. And when I say wasted efforts here, there could be something that you could have put your heart and soul into that's just not working. And it is time to be realistic about what will work and what doesn't work. And if this is a business situation and you are struggling, and I know so many businesses struggled, this is telling you that in 2021, you're in alignment with maybe a new situation. Because when I mentioned this in the beginning of this reading, that Ace of Cups can also indicate new beginnings, because aces indicate new beginnings, but a new beginning in like a creative pursuit. It doesn't always resonate with like true love or finding your soulmate. It could mean that you're finding a new adventure, a new venture. So what I'm getting from this is that like the reading started out amazing, and I feel like this is going to be 2021 is going to be a great year for you, but I think there's going to be some things that you need to let go of. And when I read reversals, it doesn't always mean it's negative. It can mean something that you really need to work on. And I feel like this is like you're working towards your goal, your career goals. So there's two things that we're talking about here. I feel like in the love department, family department, things are going good. And if you're not feeling like that, they will be. Like I feel like things are going to be smoothed out in 2021. Your work situation or career situation, though, is the one that really needs some help and guidance. And if you feel like you're in the career of your dreams, there's maybe going to be a bump in the road in 2021 where you need to smooth out and maybe even possibly let go of. There's something that you may have to let go of in that situation. Okay, I got one more oracle card here. And that's interesting that came up, because that was a message I was just getting right now, is awareness. You need to have that awareness of when to stop, when to let go, and when to move forward. So looking for those key moments, the universe, those messages from the universe, they're there. You're spiritual. You're doing a tarot card reading right now. You're doing a pick a card reading. So this is very important for you, is to listen to those messages. Be aware of those messages. All right, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for following along. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Thank you. All right, pile number 3 to see what will come of 2021. Now, right away, I want to say you have a very strong reading here. You yourself are a very, not cutthroat person, but I have this feeling like you stand your ground. You make sure that you get your message across to people, because you have a King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords here upright. So you have the Queen of Swords. So again, we're gender fluid here. So male, female, it doesn't matter who you are reading this. You signify with that masculine energy. You signify with the female energy. Queen of Swords, no nonsense attitude. You get things done. You stand up for yourself. You put those boundaries in place. And if you are not feeling like you do this, 2021 is all about this. Putting those boundaries up, setting those intentions for yourself, for the people around you. King of Pentacles is a financial advisor. Someone that is there to, like, Pentacles do usually indicate finances, the external world, things that are around us that we need, like money, for example, for food, for heat, for houses, for renting. So the King of Pentacles there is telling you to keep your finances in check. And if they are not in check right now, 2021 is all about this. All about working hard to making sure that your finances are secure. And he's a financial advisor. He is very strong, has great leadership skills, communication skills. You're going to get this done. 2021 is all about being the queen and being the king. So the Queen of Swords is a communication card as well. So the Queen of Swords is amazing at communication, but also really good at sticking up for herself. Really good at saying, this is what I need, this is what I want. Now, the Nine of Wands I want to bring up because it is in the reverse position. When it's in the upright position, it's all about like being proud and victorious and feeling like you've overcome something. When it's in reverse, now reverse cards don't always have a negative indication. Could be something you're working on. So this is something to be a little bit concerned about, because the Nine of Wands is all about like fights and confusion and something going on. So I feel like you have two really strong powers on the outside here. But there's someone or something in your life that is just not aligning. And it could be a person, it could be a family member, it could be a friend that doesn't agree with you. And that's okay. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to agree with you. There is going to be disagreements and fights. And it could be over something very, very petty. I just had a message to something like an inheritance or family fighting over money. Now, this is something that you need to stand your ground, because the financial card came up like that, the King of Pentacles, having your finances put in check, and then the Nine of Wands, like the fighting and stuff. Let me draw a couple more cards here to kind of clarify maybe what's going on with that. Okay, so the Empress reversed, and then the Queen of Cups upright. Now the Queen of Cups upright really resonates with the Queen of Swords here. The Queen of Swords is compassionate, loving, caring. It's almost saying that if you don't put your foot down and stand your guard here and making sure that you're really strong in this situation, that you're going to be walked all over. Because you are that Queen of Cups, the compassionate person, the compassionate, loving, and again, gender fluid. You could be a male reading this, and you just have that kind soul that you feel like you really resonate with that feminine energy. Now, when the Empress is reversed, I want to read this as a card of hope. I know it is kind of like one of those cards when it is in the reverse position, it can indicate like infertility and like difficulties with finances. And I feel like there's some kind of struggle here with the financial situation. Like 2021, I feel like there's going to be a major shift for you. Maybe you're in a lot of debt right now. Well, 2021 is the time where you're going to really come to terms with the fact that you need to work really hard at something, maybe live within your means, cut back, budget properly, get some help with that too, because it's not always easy. And like 70% of our country, I live in Canada, is in debt. We are a nation of debt. So you're not alone in this, and seeking out help is very, very important. So this could be your year for that. And if there is someone that is stopping you, or I just feel like there could be someone here that is really, really messing with you, or not supportive. And that either you need to communicate with this person or you need to shake them loose. And if this is the relationship, there needs to be some common ground in your relationship. There's almost polar opposite feelings here. Like this relationship, you might resonate with the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles, a feeling like you could be the one that's like, likes to feel secure, good with money, but then maybe your partner is opposite, and there needs to be like some balance and some common ground there. Okay. All right, and this is interesting. So letting go. So maybe letting go of the fact that there could be some infertility problems here. Maybe you or your partner, if you're the male reading this. And if it's not that, there could be some letting go of maybe some situations of maybe, because I feel like you're a very ambitious, strong, risk-taking person. And you could be fighting with yourself here. With certain situations, maybe some ideas of how your life was supposed to be right now. Well, I think you need to maybe take a step back and take some baby steps to get to where you really, really want to be. And 2021 is all about that. I think there is a lot, you have a ton of strength, and you're very nurturing, you're very kind, and sometimes you fight with which person to resonate with. And the finances, it's like you touch on everything. I feel like you just have this presence of being so together, but deep down you're fighting something, you're battling something. And it's time to let go of the fight and let go of the fighting. Like you fight yourself, you battle yourself, and you don't, it's like you're your own worst enemy at times, and it's time for you to shine. It's time for you. Shadow work just came in. Shadow work is very important for you right now. It's time to look within. It's time for you to really look at some things that might be holding you back, that you didn't even know about, that you don't even realize are holding you back. All right, 2021 does look very promising for you. I think you have a lot of work ahead of you, but that is your reading, pile number 3. Thank you so much for following along. Give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel if you like this video.